Next thing you want to do, your new one should look like this. Any place like AM Auto Parts or O'Reilly's. We got O'Reilly's springing up in this area, and it's fantastic. But when you look at this, you want to look at them side by side. Make sure they line up, and they do. The length is good. And I'll show you on here. This is so loose. But the main problem is, if I can get it to do it here, is when it locks up, which it was doing. And can't really see it on camera, but there's considerable play in this small joint here. So that one's gone. And then for this, it can be a little tricky to get it on there. This little slot right here is where the locating tab's going to go. I'm going to go inside the car and feed this down through. Work the universal joint a little bit. And if you heard me, if you're not careful, you can send that right straight through the firewall. Actually, yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now, hopefully you're getting a good angle there. It's at this point. If you're up on a lift, it's easier. But you want to look up above, and hopefully you can see. You want to make sure that this locating tab is right where this crack is. Click that over. You can kind of tell down below here. You want this. So here's a little bit of pressure on this side, so it needs to go right about there. Now, if you're lucky and you got it clean, it's going to slide right down on there like that. It's got a little bit further to go. Yeah, about 1/8 of an inch or so. But on this one here, I got kind of lucky. You can wiggle it back on there. If you can see on that bolt there, it is splined on the shoulder. When this goes in, it will be a little tough. With some of the replacements out there, I didn't see any that included the bolt. But if this is lined up where it should, this bolt should gradually thread in there. Now, another thing that you can do that I found out with these is you can get a screwdriver, but you don't want to go hog wild on it. If you put it in the hole there, when you look, you should be able to tell where that notch is in the input shaft for your rack. Now this, I'm threading this all in by hand, just in case it binds up a bit. Because we do not want that to happen. And you can tell by feel that it's, it's loose. Cleaned the bolt, cleaned the splines on the power steering rack. Now when you crank that down, it's going to draw this together in here. The bolt is through the other side, so we're in good shape. Okay, that's snugged up right now. I gotta admit, this is a tough one to video. I got a light in here, sitting on cardboard. But as you can see here, here's the lower steering shaft. Once it's in here, if you didn't rotate anything and your steering wheel straight, this should, so if you can see that, this should drop right down in here. Okay, a little bit better view there, but nobody reminded me about this little thing. You want this side to face your firewall, and you just slide it up over the shaft. It wouldn't hurt to lubricate it a little bit. I apologize for the view, but somebody put a brake pedal in my way. So we'll kind of push that down in there. There's our clamp. And this is the one I said that, here's a little bit better look. You get in between this part and this part with a little screwdriver. You can squeeze that pretty good. I'm going to get a pair of channel locks. I kind of want to get it up out of the way a little bit. Make it easier if, you know, this ever has to be done again. This is a fairly common thing to go out. There we go. Make sure that is lined up, and ironically, that's where the factory, what they call factory pigeon poop. I'll just give that a gentle pinch. There we go. Reach on the other side of the brake pedal here. And that bolt should just slide right in. All we gotta do is torque that down. I don't have the specs on me in hand here, but I'm gonna do that off camera. Torque this down. Make sure the other bolts torque down, and we're tight.